What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another Clash Royale video. Before we get into today's video, I would like to mention that a few days ago when I hit 85,000 subscribers, I started a little giveaway on a video. You had to like, comment, and subscribe to enter. I have messaged the 5 winners for the gift cards, so if you guys want to go ahead and check your inboxes right now if you participated in that giveaway, let me know if you won. I'll give you guys 48 hours to respond, or else I'm picking a new winner. However, we are about to hit 90,000 subscribers now. I know it was really fast, but because we're about to do this, I went ahead and hosted another giveaway for you guys. All you have to do to enter this $50 giveaway, there will be 5 winners receiving one $10 gift card each. You need to 1. Like this video, 2. Subscribe to my channel, and 3. Comment down below whether or not you want an iTunes card or a Google Play gift card. So 2 giveaways in basically 1 week because you guys are so awesome and we're growing so fast right now. We're about to hit 90,000 subscribers like I said, so if you guys want to see a special video for that, let me know down in the comment section as well. But just thought I'd go ahead and announce this giveaway in today's video, so go ahead, smash that like button, subscribe, and let me know down below which gift card you want. But now that is out of the way, hopefully you guys do enjoy today's video. Now for today's video, we are going to be going over 8 cards that almost made it into Clash Royale. 8 cards that were almost added into Clash Royale, cards that were created and actually put in the dev build of the game, but not actually released to the public. Clash Royale announced a video on their channel either today or yesterday. I'm not sure when I'm going to be uploading this video, but they just uploaded a video, like a sort of podcast on their channel. If you guys want to go ahead and check it out, the link for that will be down in the description below, so you can, of course, get more in-depth details about what I'm about to talk about. However, they just go over all of their failures in Clash Royale. I mean, not all of them, because of course they probably had quite a few, but a bunch of failures that they tried to add into the game that just didn't work out, and they ended up scrapping or throwing away and decided not to add into the game. So there are actually a lot of cards like troops, buildings, and spells that they actually worked on that they really made. They made these cards, they put them in the game, and then they said, no, this doesn't work because of this, or it just would have been too overpowered. So they took it out, and we never heard anything about these cards. So I'm going to go ahead and start my list right now, but like I said, if you guys want to go check out the podcast for yourself, the link for that will be down in the description below. In the podcast, they also talk about a card that they're working on right now that might actually come out into the game. And of course, in the comment section on that video, there's a lot of cool other card concepts that people came up with on their own. So highly recommend that you guys go ahead and check out that video down below. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into this list. So the first card that they mentioned in the video was a dark mirror. Basically, like the regular mirror, it mirrors a troop, but the dark mirror mirrors what your opponent just played. So the regular mirror mirrors the last card that you played. The dark mirror would mirror the last card your opponent played. So even if you didn't have that troop in your deck, you could play it on the field as long as your opponent played it first. So like if your opponent just played a princess and you dropped down to the dark mirror, now you have a princess even though there wasn't a princess in your deck. I think they said that it was kind of weird, like the timing was weird for this card, so you wouldn't, like, if someone tried to play a dark mirror as someone else played a new troop, like a different troop, and you didn't really want to mirror that troop, you wanted to mirror the other one, then that might create some problems, and they couldn't figure out how to fix that. So that's the reason they scrapped that card. But it was a really interesting card. I kind of actually like the sound of that. That would be really cool to have in the game, and it just create a lot of different variety inside of battles, like just really unexpected surprises, because you could basically have 16 different cards in one battle. So you could use any card your opponent plays, any card that you play, and basically have 16 different troops in one deck. The next card that they talked about was a sort of elixir monster, basically like a golem. This golem was made out of elixir. For some reason the elixir mutated and turned into this troop, and it was, I'm assuming it was a tank. I think I heard them talk about that a little bit, but when it died, it split up into like elixir mites, golem mites, like the golem does. But if you left those like elixir mites or golem mites, whatever you want to call them, alone for too long, they reformed back into the elixir monster, and that just sounded way too overpowered. They even said that they put it into the game and just realized that it was really hard to deal with, so they ended up taking it out. But that is a really interesting concept. Not sure how I feel about that into the game, but that was a card that was almost added to Clash Royale. Next up, we have a card called the Butterfly Spell that eventually turned into the Tornado Spell, so it wasn't really fully taken out of the game. It was just turned into a different spell. I think the guy in the video was actually his idea, and he came up with a spell, basically like the Butterfly Spell. It spawns a bunch of butterflies, because you guys know in the past commercials for Clash of Clans and stuff, Pekkas are easily distracted by butterflies, so it was just kind of funny, and it was basically a distraction. It didn't pull anybody, but it like lured the troops to that area, and eventually they just didn't like the idea anymore, so they turned it into the Tornado Spell, and that's how this card came about, was because of the Butterfly Spell. Another spell that they were talking about adding into the game was the Portal spell. If you guys know the game Portal, I really haven't played it, but I know the concept of it. It's basically a portal that you drop in the middle of a lane. Don't know why I just switched screens right here. It's basically a portal that you drop in one of your lanes, and all of your opponent's troops fall into this portal and go to the opposite lane. So if you throw down like elite barbs in one lane, and then you know they're gonna drop a skeleton army, so you drop down this portal. As soon as they drop down the skeleton army, or if you drop the portal on top of the skeletons, they transport into the other lane, and your elite barbs go straight for the tower. So that'd be really interesting. At first, when they were talking about it, I thought it'd be like your own troops, like you transport your own troops to the other lane, but they specifically said that it was the opponent's troops, and that of course would obviously be a little bit tricky and may be like completely game changing and be a crazy card. So they ended up taking that out. It obviously didn't make it into Clash Royale, but that was the third spell that they talked about almost adding to Clash Royale. Not third, I meant fourth. But moving on to the fifth one, they actually talked about a Mega Pekka. As you all know, we have the regular Pekka right here and a mini Pekka somewhere else right here. But they wanted to have like a Mega Pekka that was bigger than a regular Pekka, and this Pekka did literally infinite amount of damage. They even said this in the video. They had the idea that this Pekka could one-shot anything in one hit. So like even a King Tower, any troop, anything would die in one shot according to this Pekka. The Mega Pekka, whatever they called it. And I'm assuming it costs like 10 elixir, because I don't know why that would cost any less than 10 elixir. But it also, I mean, that just sounds so overpowered. You know, you really wouldn't know how to stop that. Obviously didn't make it into the game. But a different idea they had for the Mega Pekka was when it dies, it spawns a mini Pekka. So once you finally figure out how to kill the Mega Pekka, it turns into a mini Pekka, and then you have to counter that one as well. So obviously that would be extremely overpowered, but they did make the card, put it into the game, and actually test it out. It just didn't actually make it to the game. Another card was a Barbarian Launcher. Basically, you take barbarians, you either put them in a cannon or you put them in a mortar, and you just launch them across the river into your opponent's base and just spawn barbarians all over the place. They even said when they made it and they put it into the game, it was basically like a mortar shooting barbarians. And this was one of their cards that said just didn't work out visually, like it looked weird, and they didn't really figure out how to use it yet. I think that this might have been the one that they said might come back eventually, but that was an idea that you could just basically launch barbarians across the field with either a cannon or a mortar. And that was the Barbarian Launcher card.
You missed out. It was funny.
What?
Your mom's texting your brother, and she doesn't know that his iMessage goes to my laptop too.
So you were messing with her?
She's like, "Are you in the shower?" She's like, "Are you in the shower yet?" And I'm like, "Hell no." And she's like, "I don't think you meant to say that to me." And I'm like, "Bullshit, I'm playing a game." I was waiting for her to be over there, all pissed off and say something, but she didn't. I just saw her walk right past me, start going up the stairs.
And you had to call her down?
I had to stop.
That's the funniest thing I've ever heard.
She was just like, "Yeah, I'm going up there."
That's the funniest thing ever. Next up, they talked about the dragon, which eventually turned into the baby dragon. This is how they actually created the baby dragon. You guys know in Clash of Clans they have a real dragon troop, and eventually the baby dragon did get added into Clash of Clans, but after it came to Clash Royale, they tried to put the dragon in Clash Royale. They actually made a troop, the actual dragon troop, and put it in the game, but they said it was way too big, the wings were too wide, and it just took up a huge amount of space, blocking a bunch of other troops and stuff. So they had to obviously tone it down a little bit, and that's how they created the baby dragon. But we have been asking for the dragon for a while, and they almost added it into the game. Next up, we have the Trojan Horse, and I believe this was the last card they talked about before they talked about a card that they're currently working on, which is basically like the same thing as a Trojan Horse. Maybe they got the same idea from this card and you started turning it into something else. It's basically a big like wooden horse, I'm assuming, because that's what the real Trojan Horse was back in the old stories and everything. And you put troops inside of this like horse, and you like push it across the other side, and the opponent has no idea what's about to come out of this horse. So it's basically just like, you know, troops are coming over here, you know you have to defend something, but you don't know what you're defending. So you can put anything in the side of this horse and it just dump out onto the enemy side. And they said they're working on sort of like the same concept, but I don't know, they didn't really leak too much information about it, but they did say that it'd be some sort of like gift card that just, not gift card, but like gift troop which spawns random stuff and you don't know what you're going to have to defend against. So that would definitely be really interesting. But those are the 8 cards that were talked about in that video, and I just thought I'd go ahead and throw them into this video and let you guys know about that. If you missed that video that they uploaded, go ahead and check it out. Like I said, the link for that will be down in the description below. But I thought that was a really cool video and a lot of cool different card concepts that almost got added into Clash Royale. If you guys enjoyed today's video, go ahead and smash that like button down below. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for more Clash Royale content. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.